Hi, I'm Trish, and I'm going to do this interview here of my tickling experience a while back. I'm just going to go through the questions and answer them. Uh, the first being, let's see, what is your top most ticklish spot? Well, it was in the video actually. It's my stomach and ribs and side, all that. That's the worst spot for me. I mean, it's horrible. I can't stand it. Let's see. What was going through your mind the first time you were asked to do this tickling video? Um, I didn't, I didn't really, well, when it was first asked of me, it was, for the feet, if I would have my, feet tickled, on video. And the only part of my body that is not ticklish is my feet. And so I immediately was like, man, so ironic, because I'm really ticklish, everywhere but my feet. I like having my feet kind of tickled. It feels good. So I didn't really think much about it. I thought that was the last I would hear about it. So, what do you think was worse, the anticipation or the actual tickling? The tickling was worse. um, the anticipation actually made the tickling worse than it probably would have been had it just been, because skin tickles me anyway, but it was the anticipation and knowing how long of a video I needed to make, 8 minutes. I knew that there was no way that I was going to do a full 8 minutes, but for you in particular, is tickling more a silly, playful nuisance or a kind of torture? It is torture. There's no doubt in my mind, it is absolute torture. I don't like it. I hate it. Um, it can be fun up to a point, but it's painful. It's not. Oh, it's awful. um, I mean, it's playful, yeah, but you're doing a tickling sheet. The tickler's coming towards you and about ready to begin tickling. What goes through your mind? Um, my experience was a little different because I had to be tied down, and for our safety, and mostly mine. I usually end up getting hurt when I, you know. So um, we had to take precaution and tie me down. In the first, I think it's the first video, because we did 3, I think, altogether. But in the first one, I uh, I got out of the restraints, and he's a really good, knot tire. But I was able, over, the movement and all that, it jiggled loose. I was able to pull out, and I really didn't want to, because then I fight, and that's even harder, But I came out, so then what we did was we did handcuffs, which are very uncomfortable, and I actually did hurt myself. I think in the last video, I scratched my face with some part of the handcuff. So, I don't have a lot of control. That's the thing, is that it's an involuntary reaction that I start fighting, and I end up kicking myself in the face and giving myself a fat lip, or scratching him or something. Something always goes wrong. Let's see. Who has been the best tickler? Um, that would be Ken, hands down. Nobody. Maybe my mother, when I was a kid, she used to really be able to. But I think hers was the length of time she would continue to tickle me, as opposed to who was the best. Because Ken's found places on me that I didn't know could be ticklish, like my scalp, my ears, and I have to be in the. Somehow it's something about him that puts me in that frame of mind, because one second he can just, he can have his hand on my shoulder, and the next minute he can just look at me and just do something like that, and it's over. It's gone. I can't be touched at all, because every part of my being is ticklish at that point. Um, what is worse, a hands-free tickle fight between you and someone else, or being tied down and tickled? Um, um, I think that it's worse to be free, because I have the illusion that I can, well, see, that's the thing, is that I was thinking that it would actually be better tied down, because I wouldn't be able to, I would let go of the illusion that I could get away, and so therefore I'd be more relaxed or something like that. I kind of thought that would be the case. Um, but in hindsight, and at the time, actually, I found that really wasn't the case, because, for one, I never actually get away anyway. And, it's one of those things where when you realize that you can't fight, It really sucks. There's no acceptance there. But I kind of thought there would be, so I kind of have mixed feelings on that. I think they're either one are both terrible and torturous and awful. No, I don't like tickling people. I did with my daughter a few times when she was younger, and she didn't like it, so I stopped. That's something that nobody else in my life seems to know. They don't understand that. They're like, hey, she doesn't like it. Quit. Let's see. If you could tie up and tickle any movie star or entertainer, who would it be and why? I think why. Yeah. Well, like I said in the written interview, I don't have anybody in particular, but I see tickling kind of as a power struggle sort of thing, or a power issue. The tickler um, exerting control over the ticklee, and the ticklee can't do much about it. So it kind of proves your where you stand, in your place, sort of thing. So when I think about tying somebody up and tickling them, I think about people that are that I don't generally like, that are arrogant, that self-satisfied sort of people that are feel like they're entitled, that kind of thing. So that's Hollywood. That's most actors and models and musicians and politicians, and there's a lot of people I would love to do that to, but oh well, if I ever get a shot. I think that I may have mentioned in the other interview, Paris Hilton and Simon Caldwell, I think his name is, from American Idol. So I think of people like that are just smug, or that are so highfalutin that. And I think that would be the best way to put them in their place, I think, because I'm not a violent person, but then again, it's kind of a way of being violent without having to actually go and be violent, But I don't know. And then on top of that, I was also asked if I were asked to do another video, would I? And I think that I'm just dense enough that I would. Actually, I think I actually would, because like I said, the worst is over. I mean, that region that we did this last time is the worst. I mean, I can almost tolerate the others, uh, but no, I would never do that again. Like, I was sore for days. I was so sore, because not just from being tickled, but from clenching my gut, And then of course, in the video, you notice I do a ton of sit-ups. I don't know what I think that's going to do, but it's my way of fighting, I guess. So, but it was fun. Overall, I would have to say that, despite the fact that the actual full 8 minutes, was really hard, I had a good time doing it, but from beginning to end. The entire process has been a lot of fun. So, yeah, I think I'd do it again. Listen to me. I'm going to eat my words. I know it.